Okay. Welcome, one and all, to another exciting episode of AHHWF, the internet's #1 WWE 2K19 wrestling show.
Ben, it's not paranoia, it's AHHWF.
Boy, I guess.
That's a nice throwback to last week. That would work better if you remember what the fuck I was talking about.
I kind of do, but not really. And so
we were talking about a lyric from the Usos entrance music.
Oh,
that
yeah,
make any
that's
fucking
right.
sense
Okay.
to me, which I'm now turning into our new tagline, which is It's not paranoia, it's AHWF. Like you thought, like we were ready with that's what the more is, but now we have primetime slogan material.
Yeah, everything's about to change.
Ben, how much money would it take for you to get matching day one-ish tattoos with me?
It would take a lot of Patreon support.
That's what I'm saying, the Patreon goal. Just crank that fucker up.
Alright.
Are we audible on there?
Yeah. I was actually just turning up the game audio a little bit. So that, the folks at home can hear all the beautiful entrances and the thuds of the punches and, all that good stuff.
It's important to the experience, I think, to be able to hear people like Big Buff Kitty's faces get smashed by the Penguins.
Speaking of Big Buff Kitty, we have a exciting match here to open up the show.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a Rumble Pack preview match. I'll give you a taste of what's coming next week at our next big pay-per-view event. There's going to be 30 competitors in the ring all at once.
30?
Yeah,
Christopher?
You heard me right. I wouldn't lie to you. I know math, I know numbers, and I know there's going to be 30 people in that ring.
That's 26 more than we normally have.
I mean, in a battle royale like this, we got 8, so, that's 20, 22 more.
Math is fun.
Liz somewhere is just yes! Representation. But yeah, so these are some, it's an eclectic lineup of individuals here that are going to be testing their mettle before they, I guess we don't know for certain yet. Fraser Crane, our general manager, has been playing a little close to the chest about who's actually in the Rumble match or not, but I know each one of these 8 definitely hope that they are, and so they're hoping to knock some rust off if they have not been in a battle royale recently or ever, in the case of some of these people.
That's actually my favorite thing about the Rumble Pack is the surprises.
Yes,
there's people that we may not even be aware of that could show up.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope that they come out and we're confused and don't have anything to say because we don't know anything about them. That's how different they are.
I would be surprised if that didn't happen at least 10 times.
Just everyone comes out and it's and that's a person! Yeah. Right on!
Oh, who's that?
They've certainly got wrestling gear on. And here's our glorious first entrant into this Rumble Pack preview.
This entrance, in light of Beast's recent in-ring lack of prowess, is a little ironic, don't you think?
I think it's a case of fake it till you make it, Ben.
Sure, okay.
I think if you can't actually be glorious, to just come out with a song that loudly tells people you are, and to be able to pose like someone who wins every now and then, it might eventually help. Clearly it has not worked yet, but eventually.
Ooh, Strong Bad. That could be a fun AHHWF signing.
Yeah, we might have to look in to see if we can poach Strong Bad from another company.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Or at least Strong Sad.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, a tag team.
Yeah.
The Impractical Jokers have been looking for some competition lately, so you never know.
Is that what we've been calling Mario and Luigi?
Not just we, Ben. That's what everyone calls them. Ben, do you think it's going to help or hurt a person like Beast who has had very, very little luck in one-on-one matches to now be in a match with 7 other people?
Well, if you remember, actually, from the previous season of AHHWF, Beast has won one of these over-the-top rope battle royales before to go on to become the Judge Burch champion.
Yeah.
So there is a precedent that maybe this will reset the current career path of the Beast.
That's true. Yeah, sometimes you gotta go home.
Yeah.
The Cheat would be an excellent manager. Our fans waiting with rapt attention for who's gonna come out next. That sounds like cheering with... Oh, never mind. I was gonna say cheering with no music, but it just took a little while to kick in. And there is Goku, who we saw in action last week against Squirtle. This week representing his team Vegeta in this battle royal. That's saying ain't so. My God, I've never noticed that before.
Yeah, I actually advised Goku on that Twitter handle.
That was a good move on your part. You should like work with social media or something like every day. But Goku, I believe, is another person who has stayed out of the battle royale fray here so far in HHWF. Been mostly involved in the HHWF men's championship scene, and then now the tag team championship scene. I don't think he's ever participated in one of these before.
You know, not that I can remember, but maybe I wasn't here at the time when he did.
Yeah, I mean, like, granted, like, he has battle royale experience. He's in the Tournament of Power, like, right now.
Yeah.
Somehow pulling double duty, off fighting in space in the Tournament of Power and here in this elementary school gymatorium. But Goku works in mysterious ways, Ben.
That is true.
Now, seeing them on screen together just there makes me really excited to see Goku and the Beast tangle.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if we've ever seen those two in the ring together.
Definitely not. That's what's so exciting, Ben, about the Rumble Pack and this match too, as a preview for it, is that there's a certain, I'm not gonna say this in a judgmental, rude way. There's a certain tier of person that gets to enter the Judge Burge number one contendership battle royales, but the Rumble Pack, like, our top people on the roster are going to be involved, and they're all going to be clashing in ways they normally don't. People they're not usually standing across the ring from. Like, even right now, to have Squirtle coming into this battle royal with Beast and Goku, that's a trio that I would have never expected to see together.
Yeah, and Squirtle sporting that handsome movie club tag title.
It might be the most handsome wrestling title belt I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, so Squirtle and Goku, it'll be interesting to see if they lock horns in this matchup as either a continuation of last week, anticipation for next week, or both. Because there's also, a strategy you could employ where it's like, look, I already have to fight this person next week when the tag team titles are on the line. I'm going to stay away from them and kind of conserve whatever energy it would take to scrap with them. All the other competitors in the match are not lightweights either. These cameramen are great, just getting these lovely shots of all the people in the building. Not stalling at all. Who is this, Ben? Oh, there he is.
The devious.
Yep.
The devious penguin.
New Jersey.
The devious fucking creep. His little umbrella. Swooping hair out of his eyes that is not there. Some kind of psychological mind game, Ben, to make your opponents think that your hair might get in the way of your vision, but actually it's not. Do you think he's just trying to make people think he'll be an easier target than he is? What's the deal with that, you think?
I'm not sure, because actually when you really think about it, he's the first competitor to enter the ring tonight that the hair may become an issue.
That's true, yeah. Squirtle being bald, Goku's hair being extremely upright, and, well, I mean, I don't know, the Beast has long hair.
But the Beast, it's like, that's like part of the Beast,
Yeah.
Like, it's a whole different situation from your normal little, greasy haircut.
Ben, fun fact, and TNT in the chat is not here to stop me from saying this, but when we were children, Taylor was very afraid of the Beast, and it's interesting now that he's gotten cast in a musical about the Beast's life. He's come a long way, that Taylor.
Yeah. Definitely a real, character development moment.
Yeah. Speaking of character development, who let Fred have this cheery-ass song? This was not what he came out to last year.
Yeah, I think Fred's attempting to trick, I think, the AHHWF
I know,
universe.
look at this sycophantic smile he's got going on.
I feel like he's like, alright, I haven't been on TV in a while, so these idiots probably don't remember.
Yeah, maybe they forgot that I was a huge asshole to their hero. Apparently not, because look how many people are cheering in our fucking stands tonight, Ben.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes they cheer the ones they boo, and they boo the ones they like. I don't know. You know?
We just need to, like, right here at the commentary table, like, scribble down notes, like, don't believe his lies, and hold it up for the audience. Hops bring up a great point that maybe why they're so happy is because Man-Bear-Pig has not consumed them yet.
Yeah.
Any day that you get to watch AHHWF in person and you don't get eaten by Man-Bear-Pig is a good day.
That's what's you know, hanging in my bathroom.
Right next to Live, Love, Laugh.
Yeah.
And there is our one of our newer faces here, the Big Buff Kitty, coming up short in the very first match of the Titans Showcase at Allen, I believe.
Yeah. But definitely, you know, showing up here, getting ready for the Rumble, realizing that an over-the-top rope battle royale, you know, is maybe stacked in somewhat of Big Buff Kitty's stature's favor.
That's true.
And this could be the chance to get a shot at Weird Al.
Big Buff Kitty might be the largest person in this ring. They might be the hardest to eliminate from height and weight alone. And just look at the bulk, Ben, the shoulders. The weight of Big Buff Kitty's head could crush Squirtle's sternum.
I hope it doesn't.
Same. I would never wish ill on our tag team champions.
Now everybody will take a seat for a moment before they stand back up.
Some of them will stand up, some of them will sit down.
Kind of a wave thing going on right now.
I was just going to say, it resembles the wave a little bit. Our fans are creative and unique.
They're restless. I mean, they're excited for the show that we have tonight.
Of course, you know? I am as well. What you can't see is that at the commentary table, I too am standing up just to sit back down, just to stand back up, just to sit back down. Then here's someone we saw in action last week. If you remember, Ghost Rider and Mickey Mouse both were like, you know what? Jerry Lynn in 2006 in TNA once said the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and so they went to Fraser Crane and said, hey, can we face each other and maybe get some steam going for the Patreon pick match at the Rumble? Which is odd, because I guess that just means they just assumed they weren't going to be booked in the Rumble.
Yeah.
Which I guess makes sense, because they weren't really on any of our radars till last week, but, you know, sometimes you got to, like, shoot for the stars, you know?
Yeah. Definitely. And you know, Ghost Rider almost coming out with the victory there, almost hitting that end of days on Mickey Mouse, but Mickey Mouse able to get out of it and eventually secure the win. I think maybe Ghost Rider a little upset that Mickey Mouse came away with the headlines after that match. Maybe looking to prove something here tonight going into the Rumble Pack.
Yeah. And Ben, I just love our very observant, intelligent, and helpful fans, because you're watching Ghost Rider's entrance, and one of our audience members just yelled, "Fire!" So, like, you know, if he hadn't said that, who knows what we would have thought was happening right now.
They were concerned. They didn't realize that this is actually a whole, you know, production.
Yeah.
They thought that the ring had just burst into flames because of Ghost Rider's presence.
Yeah, no, like, we're not that reckless. Like, y'all can trust us. We run a tight ship around here. I know it doesn't appear that way with how many matches get interfered in and how many wrestlers kind of do whatever the fuck they want.
Well, the problem is that, you know, the gorilla position is not really heavily guarded.
No,
so really anybody that wants to come out can.
And also it's far away from us, so we're just kind of helpless. Like, someone starts running out, like, what are we gonna do? So let's talk about it.
As much production value as there is on this show, we actually have a very small staff.
Yeah, it's a grassroots operation.
Yeah. That's why we're in an elementary school gymatorium.
Right. Support local business.
Yeah.
Don't go watch the Alien Happy Hour Wrestling Federation they have over at Walmart. Like, that's... They put out the mom and pops like us. And here we go, the other half of that scintillating match last week. Mickey Mouse getting in the zone here. And now getting into the ring as well as the zone, which is important. I think the first step, Ben, to winning a Battle Royal is entering the ring to begin with.
Now you just gotta make sure that you're not the first to exit that ring.
Yeah. And ideally, that you don't exit it until, like, you won and they ring the bell.
Yeah.
Because that means that you did it. Because if you exit before then you lost.
Well, they could exit under the bottom rope.
That's true. That's true. Alright, I cannot wait to see how this turns out. Beast just threw a drop kick. Oh my god.
Beast just threw an oh my god drop kick.
There we go. Ghost Rider going right for Mickey. Oh my god.
A little payback, and then going after Beast.
Ben, to start the match by going right after someone you were on the same page with last week and powerbombing them, things have drastically changed.
About to eliminate Goku here.
Ben, I just realized, like, I was gonna say, like, I forgot how hard it is to call the action in these battle royales, but I just realized what we're in for next week, Ben. The Rumble Pack, there could be more than 8 in the ring.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know what's gonna happen.
There's gonna be a lot of people in the ring at one time. And right now, Fred Jones trying to eliminate the Mickey Mouse and over the top rope, but hanging on.
Mickey, listen to your advice to not be the first one to exit.
Well, you know, I'm a real strategist when it comes to these things.
For sure. Look at Squirtle, Ben.
Squirtle picking up Big Buff Kitty, looking good.
Fireman's carry Gutbuster to an opponent that is literally about twice their size. The fans are loudly booing over and over again. Who knows what they're responding to? Because there's a lot going on.
Have you ever seen Goku look so small?
I know, yeah. But so far it's not phasing him. He's bringing it to Big Buff Kitty.
And Ghost Rider over the top rope, but still hanging on. But Squirtle trying to push him out. Not able to get it done. We still have all these competitors in the ring.
Oh my God.
A giant stop from Mickey Mouse on the Beast. Ghost Rider thrown into the corner there.
Fun fact, Ben, that big stomp was what Mario used to beat Beast for the Judge Bridge Championship.
Beast is
Beast is out. Beast's losing streak continues, Ben.
Beast hung on for a moment, but sadly the first one out here in this over-the-top rope battle royale.
Beast is having a year. And low lariat from Ghost Rider to Mickey Mouse. Ben, how do you feel if you're Beast and you come into this match confident in your gloriousness, and then Mickey Mouse sends you a packing as the first one to lose?
Yeah, I mean, there is just a funk that Beast has been in that I don't know how they'll get out of it.
You arguably can't stop the funk.
That is what people have said.
Ghost Rider getting revenge on Mickey with that low bridge. Mickey Mouse charging him, not ready for Ghost Rider to pull that rope down and send him out of this match.
That's a real veteran move there from Ghost Rider, and now we're seeing Fred Jones and Ghost Rider going at each other for the first time since that triple threat for the hardcore title. Is Ghost Rider going to go after Fred here and get him out? But no, Fred Jones able to get back into that ring.
Yeah, I think I forgot in his brief absence how much history Ghost Rider actually does have in this company, and that he has personal issues with both Mickey and Fred. Less so Fred, obviously, because it's more just like they both were mad at Shaggy at the same time, but they did fight in a TLC match, so it does count.
You could argue that Fred cost Ghost Rider the Hardcore Championship.
Absolutely, I think that's absolutely true. And now he's looking to cost him this Battle Royal. Goku jumping Penguin out. We are down to
Big Buff Kitty taking a tumble.
Ben, Big Buff Kitty hit the stairs on the way out.
Oh, that is not how you want to go into Rumble Pack.
We are down to 4.
A straight up brawl happening here right now. Fred Jones going at it with Ghost Rider, Squirtle and Goku getting ready for their tag title match they have coming up here.
Yeah, 2 former competitors and 2 future competitors. But also former, because they wrestled last week.
Yes. And also teammates.
Yeah.
Oh, Goku going out.
Fred Jones just eliminated Goku. And then fucking taunts about it. This smug asshole, Ben. Him and his fucking ass guy.
Is it Ghost Rider's turn? Squirtle and Fred Jones teaming up to eliminate Ghost Rider.
Yeah, it seems unlikely that you're going to be able to hang on with those two working together. But wow, Ghost Rider proved me wrong. Oh no, but both of them putting the boots to him. Ben, can Ghost Rider?
Ghost Rider,
wow.
Kicking Fred Jones in the face, getting a shot at the knee of Squirtle. Ghost Rider able to fight his way back in here.
Ghost Rider's a fighter. No quit in that flame-headed man.
Oh,
and well,
definitely got a knock there, and you could just see the stars flying around his head. Not a good place to be in, and thrown out of the ring. Now we're down to Fred Jones versus Squirtle. Is Fred Jones the one that's going to impress here going into the Rumble Pack?
My lord, Ben, did you see the offense Fred Jones just used against Squirtle? There was a nasty suplex, which we just saw another one. Half Nelson suplex. So 2 gross suplexes. And also just paintbrushing Squirtle in the face, slapping him across the face.
Squirtle trying to hold
Fred
on, but
Jones,
no good.
The last person I would have wanted to win this match, Ben, is sadly victorious.
Well, I think Fred Jones has shown that, you know, while his sights were originally set on the hardcore title when Shaggy had it, now with Shaggy being absent in recent weeks, I think Fred Jones has his sights set on Weird Al.
Yeah, he wants that men's championship, and I think that if he wasn't currently slated to be in the Rumble, I think he certainly is now. And we're going to have to deal with him pretending to be a good guy the entire time. I'm going to hate every second of it. But I can't take anything away from him. The Ascot Assassin did just win a Battle Royal stacked with some of our very best here in this company.
Man, I just can't help it. Fred Jones's music is just
Ben,
too catchy.
Don't believe his lies.
I know I shouldn't trust him, but the music, Chris.
Music is designed to manipulate you, Ben. You should know this.
Yeah.
And here we go. This is a quite interesting, and it's another preview for the next week's Rumble Pack pay-per-view in a way, but this is a very different setup here, Ben. This is maybe Fraser Crane's best idea yet, because what we have here is a fatal 4-way with these 4 women. Ben, the person who wins this match, who secures the fall, is going to get the coveted final spot in the Women's Rumble next week. They're going to have the best chance to survive the Rumble and get a title shot against Judy Hopps or whoever ends up being the champion at the time that our yearly special event, the Big Show, rolls around. But it's not just that, because the person that takes that pinfall, Ben, is going to have to enter the Women's Rumble at number 1. And they are therefore going to have the worst odds of ever winning the match to survive and get that title shot.
Yeah, this is a match that, I mean, this is going to really swing how next week is going to go for you.
Absolutely, yeah. This is going to decide. This could, Ben, we could see, in a way, tonight determining who wins the Women's Rumble next week.
Well, you have a huge advantage when you come in at that 30 spot. You are fresh or over everybody else, you know, and I mean, it's hard to compete with that.
Yeah, and imagine any of these 4 women being the one that gets to come in fresh. They are extremely tough to beat on any night, let alone if you've been fighting for 40 minutes, and then one of these 4 come in last, and it's you alone with them.
So, as our merchandise koozie says,
yes,
who you got?
Ben, I think I'd be hard pressed to ever vote against X23.
I think you're not alone in the AHHWF universe in hoping that X23 gets that 30 spot.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people would love to see X23 back in contention.
Well, of course, and especially when you consider that they would mean that on the grandest stage of them all, we would get a rematch between X23 and Judy Hopps.
Yeah.
That's a match I would love to see.
Definitely. Judy Hopps at the peak of her game right now.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
having an incredible run. And X23, you know, one of the favorite champions in the history of AHHWF. I mean, we really have like an icon versus icon match going on there, you know?
Although we're getting ahead of ourselves because both this match and the Women's Rumble are going to be incredibly hard to predict. Anything can happen.
That is true. It is really anybody's match. I mean, just one like slight move can change everything. Just as we saw when Mickey was about to eliminate Ghost Rider in that last match there. Ghost Rider just did like an instinctual drop, pulling the rope down. Mickey goes flying out. Everything changes just that quickly.
Yeah, I mean, the Rumble Pack is honestly somewhat of an equalizer because, you know, it's one thing to be a resident favorite or someone high up in the rankings where like you're getting matches secured and you can tend to expect how that's going to go for you. When you're in the ring with 30 other people in this roster, most of which I'm going to assume you've never even interacted with in the ring, you can have huge upsets. You could have the Trash Man eliminate Crash Bandicoot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's all on the line and it's all out there. Yeah, the Rumble Pack is going to be pure chaos, and this Fatal 4-Way, I'm sure, is going to have its taste of chaos as well. There's Elastigirl. Not getting the match that she wanted against Shego, but getting an important match all the same. In fact, this is actually more... It might be less personally satisfying for Elastigirl, who wanted to kind of avenge Samus against Shego, but this was probably better for Elastigirl's career to be in this match instead.
Yeah, you remember, you know, Samus and Elastigirl having a match against each other, Shego coming out and attacking, and then, of course, following up later that, we had Shego versus Samus, and Shego pulled out a sledgehammer and attacked Samus, putting Samus on the shelf for a while. We're still not positive about when that return could be. But yeah, obviously Elastigirl, you know, looking to win this match and win that Royal Rumble or Rumble Pack. You know, it's a Royal Rumble Pack.
It
you
is.
know, it really is like kind of a regal event. But you know, get a chance to get that title shot.
And here, Ben, we're getting a chance at something very, very special. We are getting to see this entrance for the first time in months. Ben, one of the cornerstones of our women's division is about to enter the gymatorium once again.
First ballot Hall of Famer, if you ask me.
Without a doubt. If you try to tell me that's not the case, you're a big dummy. Here we go. The only two-time AHHWF Women's Champion, X23, returning to her home, ready to make a statement and ready to try to secure the number, well, I don't know if it's 30, but the last spot in the Women's Rumble.
The number last.
Yeah, Ben, I don't want to take anything away from the other people in this ring right now. Elastigirl has had an incredible last month or so. Moana did great in the Money in the Bank qualifiers and the Money in the Bank match itself. And Lola Bunny has also had a great year in her rookie year so far. If I'm any of those three, I'm shaking in my boots and or Asics shoes because X23 is a legend in this business.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 100%. And, you know, X23, no stranger to matches where the odds are maybe not in their favor. Obviously, you know, in a fatal four-way like this, you know, she knows as well as anybody you don't have to be in the ring to be involved in, or to have the finish. You know, you don't have to be involved in the finish. But X23, I feel like could be a favorite in this to get that pin, to get the 30 spot, and to go on to the big show.
Absolutely. You know what, Ben? Though I should mention that someone in this ring that might actually not be quaking at all at the sight of X23 is Lola Bunny, because Lola actually beat X23 on her first night in the company.
Yeah, one of the few people to beat X23.
You could probably count that on one hand.
Yeah. In fact, I think you can count it on 2 fingers.
Well, Lapis Lazuli beat her
yeah,
through,
that's
like,
right.
shitty
You can count it on
means,
3 fingers.
And then Judy Hopps beat her fair and square, and then Lola Bunny also beat her fair and square. I asked the people in the chat to place their bets. Wild Hops voting for Elastigirl and adding hashtag #ArrestShego, which, like, we should flood Twitter with that.
Yeah.
Hashtag #ArrestShego is very good. And TNT is also hitching his wagon to X23. Ben, I don't think you ever answered.
Well, I'm gonna go with an underdog in this. Okay.
Okay.
I'm thinking that we got to be watching out for Moana. You know, Moana has a rich family history in wrestling.
Yeah.
And I think has a lot to prove, and I think has a lot of untapped potential right now. I mean, still like kind of raw.
Yeah.
But definitely there. I see so much. I see, you know, future champion in Moana's. You know, like that's it. Moana is a future champion. Is what I'm trying to say right now. Chris.
I agree. And what X23 just did to Lola Bunny, if that were to happen next week in the Rumble Pack, Lola Bunny's hopes would be dashed for that women's championship match at the big show. But luckily, this is just a fatal four-way match, and these women are allowed to fight on the outside of the ring for, you know, approximately 10 seconds. But that is where the women's division calls home. Big German suplex on the floor to Lola from X23, which is interesting, Ben. She did something I haven't seen before. She kind of like transitioned into the German by hooking the knee of Lola Bunny. Lola throwing a drop kick in X23, making him look a fool. Getting out of the way and sliding into the ring. All four back inside the squared circle. Lola against her kind of quiet rival X23. Did Moana just launch Elastigirl all the way to the top rope to the floor?
Taking a very hard fall on the floor out there. And now, ooh, little elbow to the face. Oh, but now, ooh, Lola Bunny getting dropped on the ropes there.
Stun gun there from X23, making her pay for the dance she did over her body a minute ago. X23 reminding her just who she's dealing with. That spinning back fist to Lola, forearm, sending the Bunny to her knees. Elastigirl into the steps.
Moana on the outside there dropped Elastigirl onto the hardest part of the ring and then threw her into the stairs. And we could possibly be seeing something again here. Yep, slamming Elastigirl onto that apron right there.
Ben, what is in the water in the women's locker room? Because they just
fluoride.
Turning the frickin' frogs gay, man. but seriously, they come out here week after week, and it's just like, you know what I really want to do more than anything? Is throw a human being into steel stairs. Ben, have you ever in your life wanted to throw someone into steel stairs? What does it take to want to do that to somebody?
I mean, I don't know. I've never really gotten to that point, you know. But I think that's what separates, you know, like the superstars from the average folk, like myself.
Big Samoan drop from Moana.
I think that you have to be able to, you know, go to that place if you want to get wins. And Moana almost given that #1 spot to Elastigirl there.
Yeah. That's a great point to remind the fans, and definitely not me, that there's actually a lot more on the line than usual with who pins who in this matchup. We literally just talked about it, and it slipped my mind because this action is so fast and furious already.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening right now. A lot of action. X23 taking Moana up to the top here.
Big superplex to Moana, but that might be a mistake because Elastigirl just hit her spear on Lola Bunny. Can they get up? Wow. Ooh. Lola Bunny getting out of that pin quicker than expected as Moana rolls to the floor to recover from the superplex. X23 downing Elastigirl with a big roundhouse kick, jumping to the top rope. Ben, this action so fast I almost can't call it.
Oh,
big top rope elbow to Elastigirl.
And then going for the cover.
But Lola right there to break it up. Moana getting back in the ring as well. No one's going to give this up easy, Ben. There's a lot on the line here tonight. And these four athletes are getting a lot of great practice for the Rumble Pack, Ben. I've seen a lot of tossing over the top rope.
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody wants to get that final spot in the Rumble. And, you know, there's actually an interesting strategy here, too. Obviously, you want to get the final spot in the Rumble. You want to get that pin. But we may see people take advantage of the rules here and, you know, perhaps, like Lola, for example, seeing X23 getting
Holy
hit.
Shit,
oh my
Ben.
God. I was making a point, but I feel like it's moot now.
X23 just made a point of Lola's head against the ring post.
Now, I think, actually, now it even makes more sense when you think about it, that if Lola sees X23 getting pinned, maybe Lola just lets X23 get pinned, giving X23 that #1 spot.
Yeah.
You know, so that Lola may be hoping, you know, their number gets drawn someplace later and they don't even have to see X23 in the match, you know?
That's true. Elastigirl hitting her other biggest move in her arsenal. That's incredible on Moana, but it wasn't enough. Big edge-o-matic from Lola Bunny from behind. Elastigirl firing up on Moana. Ben, if this is a taste of what we're going to see in the Women's Rumble next week, my fucking vocal cords are going to be shot because this is a lot. Elastigirl and X23 working together for the first time ever. Double Russian leg sweep to Lola. Big spear, though.
Giant spear.
That friendship did not last for long.
Elastigirl going for the cover. No one else around. Moana trying to get in, trying to break it up. X23 kicking out. And now, Moana trying to do a kick there.
Missing.
Deciding to go after Lola instead.
Big super kick and a big calf kick as well. Moana pulling Lola down for the pin, but pulling her closer to X23. Interesting strategy. Am I interesting? I mean bad.
Well, you know, like I said, she's still raw.
That's true. Very new. Wild Hop saying 4 matches if they win the Rumble. Elastigirl versus Judy, world's best kicker. X23 versus Judy, the rematch. Lola versus Judy, best bunny. Moana versus Judy, best Disney girl 2016. Those are all exciting possibilities.
Definitely.
And TNT saying the most cursed, awful thing I've ever seen, which is that Alex Jones is the next Classy Freddy Blassie.
Moana helping Judy Hopps get out of that submission there, but Judy Hopps returning the favor with an elbow to the face, and Elastigirl throwing an elbow.
Oh my God!
Giant.
Elastigirl going below the belt on Lola Bunny. Ben, is Helen Parr Breaking Bad?
I mean, you know, it is a fatal four-way, so anything goes. And like we were saying earlier, you have to be willing to go that extra mile if you want to win these matches in this competitive women's division.
Look at that strategy from X23. What a fucking vet. Waits for Moana to climb the top rope so she can jump in here and hook Elastigirl. But no, Moana breaking that up with a big splash off the top. Lola sitting there taunting, knowing she was safe from all of that. And now Elastigirl and Lola both attacking two of their foes on the ground. TNT predicting that X23 has 23 elimination next week. That could very well happen. But not if Elastigirl has her way attacking the legs of X23.
And a submission put in on Moana there.
It's going to be a submission situation here.
Elastigirl trying to break it up, but Lola not letting go. But Moana able to get out, launching Lola into Elastigirl there.
Ben, these last few weeks of HHW have been so great. Like, we've been having matches leading up to this Rumble Pack pay-per-view that could be on pay-per-views themselves.
Oh, I mean, seriously, it's honestly like, it really amazes me the level of talent that we have in AHHWF, where it's just the incredible feats that our wrestlers are able to do, you know, week out, week in, week out, you know. I mean, it's just, I'm honored to be able to sit here and watch it.
Absolutely. As am I. X23 and Elastigirl dueling alone in the ring. Hooking her, there you go. What is this?
Submission locked in. But Elastigirl able to get out of it. Lola excited.
Lola hooking Moana up. Mermaid Man DDT. Elastigirl, maybe not the wisest time to vacate the ring, because Lola Bunny's got Moana right where she wants her. But here we go, big exploder suplex X23 on the floor. And then a Koji clutch after the complete shot from Lola Bunny,
Moana's
all alone.
I've been so impressed. Moana has been put in so many different submissions here tonight, but able to fight out of all of them. Oh, and Lola going for a super kick, but Moana able to get out of the way, and now throwing Lola into the corner. Ooh, but sliding out of the way again. They're trading reversals here.
Wild Hops asked if there should be a special prize for whoever gets the most eliminations of the Rumble, and that does seem like something that would be up Fraser Crane's alley.
Yeah, well, you never know.
Little known fact about Fraser Crane, he really fucking loves watching people get thrown over the ropes onto the floor. Like, Fraser's favorite thing is 2 feet touching the floor.
Yes. Lola almost getting that final spot in the Rumble there. Send up for something, but a spear from Elastigirl cutting her off.
I've never seen that. She hit the spear to the back of her opponent that time.
Now a throw into the corner, knees to the back, and then launching her back into the corner, but... Oh, and that super kick.
Big super kick from Lola.
Lola finally getting home with it. Moana trying to get up. X23 barely breaking it up in time. Lola trying to do a drop kick, but X23 throwing her to the ground. There's so much going on right now.
X23 with the
is Lola gonna tap? Is Lola gonna tap? Just barely able. And then little Hawaiian leg sweep.
Ben, no one wants to give this up, and shades of her friend Maui delivering that big rock bottom, and now just bouncing the head of X23, the adamantium skull of X23 off the mat, and sending this top turnbuckle. We're gonna see how far she'll go, Ben. Diving top rope splash.
Did you hear the crunch on that landing?
The form on that splash was beautiful. Lola swooping in to try to take advantage.
Oh, not quick enough though. Moana very vigilant there.
Then neither of these four want to give this up.
Moana saw that sneak attack coming from Elastigirl and then threw her.
That took everything Moana had to launch Elastigirl like that. Lola smartly trying to get X23 out of there, but it's not going to work right now. Ben, has your take on who's going to win this changed at all this deep into the match?
You know, I gotta say that X23 has shown no quit in this match. But Moana, I mean, I gotta stand by my pick. I think Moana's really impressed in this.
Moana stalking Elastigirl from the second rope, while Lola sets up X23 on the third. Taste of X23's on medicine here. Big superplex from Lola.
Corner moves in stereo.
Elastigirl, a big knee lift.
X23 on the outside of the ring.
There we go. It's the clutch. It's a variation of the sleeper.
This is Lola's chance. Going for the cover. Oh, but Elastigirl saying no thank you.
The stamina and the resiliency of these athletes, Ben. They've been through so much already tonight. Big boot from Lola. Whatever she was setting up for on Elastigirl, it's not going to happen thanks to Moana.
Elastigirl, like, sleeping on her feet right now.
Yeah, no, she's out, Ben. Moana falling short on the crossbody.
Definitely a rookie mistake on that one.
Allowing Elastigirl to recover and take down X23 with a big clothesline.
Moana looking to regroup right now.
Ben.
Going after X23. It is just Moana and X23 in the ring
Here it
right
is.
now.
Big Samoan drop. Yet another vaunted move from her family legacy. Ben, this is wrestling excitement.
X23 able to counter.
Hooking her around there. She goes for it again.
This is the chance. Is Moana going to tap? Moana could take that first spot in the Rumble.
Nope. They've done a great job of making sure that they're able to get in there before the match can be won. Big super kick to the back of the head. Ben, I don't care what fictional metal your skull's made out of. That's going to fucking hurt.
Oh, and a
small package from Lola. This could be it. The other two are out, Ben. Moana and X23. Oh, Elastigirl able to survive.
That was a very crafty move on Lola's part. I got to give it to her there.
Send up Elastigirl, but that's not going to be it. Elastigirl not going to go. Chopping Lola as X23 sets up on Moana.
That drop kick there. And another one to Moana.
Lola saving Moana from X23. Setting her up on a fireman's carry of her own. And here we go. Oh!
Ooh, ramming into the turnbuckle.
Ben, I know X23 can take it. If there's anyone built for this kind of war, it's X23. But if you look at the kind of offense X23 has had to survive tonight.
Backbreaker and stretching it there.
It's a lot more than the other three have had to go through, with the exception of Lola being lawn darted into the ring post, which I'm not frankly sure how she's still moving.
Moana going up high again and throwing an elbow on the back of X23. Then a stomp to the head. Looking fired up right now, but the other two competitors on the outside getting to their feet, working their way back in here. X23 able to get out, swiping out the feet of Moana.
Michinoku driver from X23. Firing up, and Moana not going to let her finish that taunt. Big backbreaker coming from the young upstart. Ben, you gotta think that Moana's entire family, including her grandma wherever she is out there, are super proud of
two big moves setting up right here.
Oh my God, Ben!
X23 got the knees up,
but Lola got the super kick on Elastigirl.
Oh, and breaking it up just barely. That would have been the finish. Lola would have had the final spot in the Rumble, but Ben, X23 able to break it up.
This is breaking down here.
This is Lola's chance right now. Oh, but Elastigirl able to get out of it. Trying to turn the tides, how the turntables have turned
I can say without a doubt, Ben, these are four of the top wrestlers in the women's division now. If there was any doubt before, there is no longer.
Giant elbow going right, giant forearm probably going right at Lola Bunny.
Ben, what a time to be alive. The caliber of talent on this roster is unbelievable.
I mean, really, any one of the people in the ring right now, or should I say right now, could win this at any moment.
And Ben, what's striking me is you have people like X23 who we've come to know and love from last season, but the other three in this ring, Ben, we forget because they've had such incredible years, but they're all new. Yeah. They were not in this company last year. And they've already proven that they are mainstays. They are fixtures of this division.
Well, I mean, when you're able to hang in the ring with X23, I mean, that's a victory all on its own.
Moana jamming Laura's head down with that DT. Lola right there though. You gotta take care of a Lola Bunny. She's always gonna ruin your hopes and dreams there when she gets the chance. There it is. The clutch. A variation of the sleeper. And yet again, it's not enough. Moana looks to be the anti-crash, Ben. Moana will not submit. You can try to bend her body in any way you please, and she's not tapping out.
Jumping over Lola
to get to X23.
Not necessarily the right time to go for a pin there, but, you know, the rookie excited, trying to get the win when they can.
You know, for Moana, it's the thought that counts. Getting flipped back in the ring by Lola. Innovative offense there. Almost a snapmare from the apron into the ring.
Just that bouncing the head off the knee there.
Yeah.
And X23 out of the ring now. Now it's all just the newcomers trying to get this spot, trying to get that last spot in the Rumble and trying to avoid being the first one in.
Look at this, Ben. Elastigirl was setting up for a finisher on Lola. Lola rolled out, and now she just transitioned, hits it on Moana. This could be it, Ben. Elastigirl and Moana are alone in the ring, and that's incredible.
Elastigirl's getting the last spot. Here it is. Moana's #1.
Could this be it? Ben, we have our number last and our #1. Elastigirl is going to get the last position in the Women's Rumble, and Moana, Ben, has to come in first and start the match.
Yeah, not the place that Moana was hoping that she would end up here going into tonight. Obviously, you know, nothing's impossible. You can still win from that #1 spot, but the odds incredibly stacked against you. Meanwhile, Elastigirl has a prime spot, has a great chance here to go on to the big show and face Judy Hopps for that title.
Ben, that was a wild exhibition match we just saw. And, you know, we should have known that when you put something like that on the line, we say, look, the loser is fucked and the winner is like fucking set. Like, we should have known they were gonna bring out the big guns, but I was
really
not
did.
expecting what we just saw.
I mean, yeah, and that's only the second match.
That's only the second match of tonight.
Yeah, everybody, if you're watching at home, I mean, never say we never give you a good match.
Yeah,
you know?
I love Rumble Pack season, Ben. It's the first one, but I love it and look forward to this for years to come. And I love the road to the big show. And
you know, speaking of fun matches here, we got 2 competitors who are going to be facing in the tag match here at Rumble Pack. Charmander and Vegeta. Obviously, their partners faced each other earlier in our over-the-top rope battle royale, Goku and Squirtle. But now these two going one-on-one to, you know, get a little feel for each other and test each other out, you know, see how things are going to go. Gogeta obviously hoping to leave with those Movie Club tag titles at the end of Rumble Pack.
Yeah, and the Tarantino-faced Vegeta, Ben, was none too pleased with Goku's loss last week against Squirtle. So he said, all right, my turn, Kakarot. Give me a shot. I'll take the other one. I'll take the anxious one. So it is the Prince of All Saiyans versus our favorite anxious mess, Charmander of Love Type Connection, who is stepping out on their own tonight, and I'm so proud of them. Doing it with a smile on their face, with their hand held high, their weird paw held high.
And sporting the handsome Movie Club tag.
Yeah, absolutely. TNT with a great pun in the chat, Elastigirl, because she will be last, Ben. It's very good. And Hopps saying in an indie promotion, Thanos came into a Rumble #2 in a 20-person Rumble and got 17 eliminations in 1. Ben, we could see that out of Moana. Moana is canonically as strong as Thanos.
Yeah, and well, you know, like I've been saying, I mean, I think that there's so much potential in Moana.
She certainly showed it tonight. She was fucking whipping ass. All 4 of them, quite frankly, were whipping ass.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. That's only 4 competitors that will be in the Royal Rumble.
Can you imagine?
I mean, it's incredible.
Can you imagine when everyone on the roster is in that Rumble next week? Also, before next week, we should have a doctor look at Lola Bunny's brain. Because I'm still not over the lawn dart into the ring pose. That was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in this company.
Yeah, that should probably get cut out and put in a highlight reel.
And here he is. No nonsense. Their music together as a team, Ben, is a little more upbeat. That's Goku's influence shining through. But when Vegeta comes out by himself, he wants you to know he's not here to have fun. And like a reality show competitor, he's not here to make friends. You know, he just wants to come out, have a Tarantino face, and win matches. It's so awful to look at. I know as commentators, it's not really our job to comment on the personal appearances of our athletes, but fuck, Ben.
Yeah, well, I mean,
too much time in the hyperbolic time chamber can really fuck with a person.
Vegeta's not a handsome man, but definitely a fearsome competitor. Maybe not known for the award-winning smile like Charmander is. Really, actually, a very different clash of styles here that we're about to see in this match.
And more than that, the biggest factor, clash of personalities.
Yeah.
These two could not be more diametrically opposed. You know, you've got the happy-go-lucky, loving and shy Charmander versus the cold, calculating, arrogant Vegeta.
But Charmander, really looking like they're in charge here so far. Sorry, Charmander in charge. Charmander in charge of this ring. But anyway, now as soon as you say that, now Vegeta
choking the life out of the Movie Club Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, maybe the anger is starting to come through a little quickly for Vegeta. But Charmander rolling out.
I talked to Vegeta backstage because he's my literal hero, and he said, "I'll be damned if I lose to a shitty little lizard."
That does sound like Vegeta.
Well, yeah, Ben, he said it.
Well, I know. That's I just sometimes I doubt the things that you say, but that time I don't.
You fucking lying, Ben? You just make up conversation with superstars backstage. Would a commentator do that, Ben? Do you think a commentator would just say they talked to someone backstage if they really didn't?
I mean, you never know. I've seen some indie promotions where, you know,
Charmander just fucking clubbing Vegeta in the head. Fucking a clubbering.
We're at a 8 count right now. Oh, but
Charmander's gotta get back in there before
coworker
Brian remembers how to count to 10. Ooh, nice transition there from Vegeta. With a drop hold, two hop skips and jumps up to the top.
Can Vegeta fly this far?
I mean, the Saiyans, if they're good at one thing, it's flying.
Oh,
Charmander makes him pay. And then taunts for boosts up the crowd. Charmander having fun with this tonight. Feeling pretty good out there on their own.
And now sending Vegeta back to the outside. This is a new Charmander that we're not used to seeing, but Charmander is in charge.
Yeah, it's nice to see Charmander in charge. And with some, you know, it's like Charmander used self-esteem. It was super effective.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Hops. That's fucking amazing. They said if Charmander's always worried and frightened, does that make them a hot mess? Which... yes.
Yes. Very good. Very good.
Vegeta going for a cover after a kick to the chest of Charmander. Likely just trying to wear them down, make them expend energy to get out of it. And a big double stop and yet another kick to the chest. Looks like that's the strategy here tonight for Vegeta. Charmander fighting back out from the bottom though. Punching Vegeta in that Saiyan armor and his Saiyan breadbasket. Hooking him up. Vertical suplex. Ben, this is not how I expected this match to go, to be honest with you. This match has basically been all Charmander. And there it is, the seismic toss. Ben, is Vegeta done already? No, okay, I should have known better than to bet against my boy. Wait, Taylor just said that he thought he picked Charmander to go to the Sweet 16 in a March Madness fucking situation. I mean, I would too. That's a good pick. Charmander hoisting Vegeta up onto that top turnbuckle. Vegeta saying no thank you. Boot to get him out of there, and a float over DDT. Shades of Dark Shadow Ninja. Charmander with those big, whatever we decided those are. First, a big chop to knock him down, and then teeing off on the head of Vegeta with punches. Ben, it's not very often we see Charmander just fucking swinging for the fences like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think Charmander is looking to prove that they're not the weak link in love type.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think also Charmander knows, knows their opponents. They study tape. Yeah. They know that Vegeta is a person that will not take any shortcuts. They will not pull any punches with them, and so they realize, look, I gotta compete maybe a little bit meaner than I normally do.
Sure, I mean, you can't show any weakness to Vegeta.
No, he will exploit the shit out of it if you do. Charmander setting up. Dark Shadow to make you pay. Fuck yes. Arm drag from Vegeta making Charmander pay for the taunting. What's he set him up for here? Big power bomb from the first ever men's champion. We forget that, I think. That Vegeta was our first men's champion.
Yeah. I mean, it seems so long ago, doesn't it?
Go to Planet Vegeta. The big knee of the fireman's carry. Here he goes to complete his finishing maneuver. Bam! Oh. Big kick to the head.
That's it. That's the 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. Charmander.
You were wrong, Mr. Schwind.
I guess I was. Charmander proving me wrong. But
oh no, Ben.
Oh,
he got out of the way.
Thank
Charmander
God. Out of the way of
Ben,
it.
If Vegeta had landed that punt kick, we might not have had a title match next week. But what, Ben? What was that? Charmander just gripping Vegeta by the sides of his head and lobbing him over his shoulders.
Oh, wow.
That was 3,
that was
Ben.
2.5. Charmander not happy with the counting of co-worker Brian there.
Ben, these matches tonight.
I mean, see, everybody is just hyped up for
They're
Rumble
ready
Pack.
for the Rumble Pack. They know that this is the best way to secure yourself a shot at championship gold on the grandest stage of them all.
You gotta wonder, at what point is it worth it to just like to get this, I mean, seemingly meaningless win. I mean, obviously you want to win. You want to have that in the record or whatever,
and you want Kofi Kingston's friend momentum on your side.
Yeah, well, no, for sure. But like, at what point are you hurting yourself if you're not going to be 100% for that title match? That's
true. That's true without a doubt. And the same can be said of our other wrestlers that are going to be in those Rumble matches, which are very grueling.
Yeah.
If you're taking a beating this week.
Oh my God, that headbutt.
That was fucking fierce. Wild Hops, the Rumble Pack is next week at 8:30 Central, just like our normal broadcast. But yeah, that is our next big pay-per-view event. The Rumble Pack is next Thursday, and I really, really can't wait. Charmander hitting a DDT successfully on Vegeta, but taking a breather before going for the cover. That could have allowed Vegeta enough time to recover, and it did. I too love Charmander's happy Joby face. It is a sight for sore eyes on many an occasion. Sometimes shit goes awful wrong here, and it's good that Love Type is always here to boost us back up. Second seismic toss from the champion. Pulling Vegeta closer to that reinforced martini glass. Is Brian going to do it? He does. He counts 3, and Love Type is now 2-0 over Vegeta. Ben, what's that going to mean for the title match next week in Rumble Pack?
I mean, obviously having separate wins over both of them, and then with their powers combined, the power of love, Gogeta's gonna have to like really do some strategizing before next week.
Yeah, because normally I would say, well, it's a little bit different story when you're taking on a tag team in the traditional tag team format. But Ben, no one in this company is more experienced as a tag team than Love Type Connection. So that's not gonna do them any favors if Gogeta can't beat them on their own. Which is normally, I think, Gogeta's strength, is their individual powers. If they can't beat either one of those two, I don't know how good their hopes are for challenging Love Type at the Rumble Pack.
Well, we're going to have to find out. Obviously, Love Type, one of the longest running champions.
For a good reason.
Yeah. If not the longest. There might be second behind Weird Al. Although, obviously, now they have the chance to surpass Weird Al.
Yeah, with Weird Al's title getting broken up a little bit. It will be a year in May, Ben. We are not that far away from Love Type having held those championships for a whole calendar year.
Yeah, and obviously with Weird Al didn't quite make it to a year.
Nope.
So there's
these
work.
two could.
Yeah. Well, I feel like now is as good a time as any to remind you that AHHWF, as always, is brought to you by patreon.com/alienhappyhour. If you like our show here and you want to help support us and make all our dreams come true, you can head over there, and there's all sorts of different tiers. Obviously, at the $5 one, there's some AHHWF stuff, voting for Patreon pick matches. But you know, even if you just have $1, we totally appreciate that, and that will get you all the podcasts earlier. So there's all sorts of stuff. Even if you just have $1, we have some stuff for you over there. So make sure you check that out. Patreon.com/alienhappyhour. And now, with all that being said, that brings us to our next match here tonight. Our GM Fraser Crane saying that while Shego may have turned down Elastigirl in the week prior, she does have to have a match. She can't just keep ducking matches. So, but Fraser Crane letting her pick her opponent, Shego choosing to face Snow White here tonight. It'll definitely be an exciting one. Snow White, the legend, you know, really proving to everybody that they can still go. Showed a lot of just incredible talent in the week prior. But Shego is our Money in the Bank holder and holds that for a reason. So obviously not looking to lose here tonight. And the fans at home with the hashtag Arrest Shego.
Hashtag Arrest Shego.
Make sure you throw that on Twitter. Hashtag AHHWF. Hashtag Arrest Shego. Or mention at Alien Happy Hour. Either one you want to do. I just want to see all your Arrest Shego tweets.
I want to, at Rumbleback, I want to see a sea of signs that just say hashtag Arrest Shego.
Yes.
Ben, Shego has done some terrible, terrible things as of late. You know, like we talked about last week, there was maybe a glimmer where we thought that at the end of last season, she could be turning her act around. And then once she won that briefcase, it was back 100% towards, I'm all that matters. All that matters is me becoming women's champion. I'll do whatever it takes to get there. And here we go, Ben, who we first saw in action in their debut last week, Snow White. She had a hell of an effort against the women's champion, Judy Hopps. And I gotta think that that's why Shego picked her, Ben, because I don't know what you covered while I was gone, but it does seem to be, there does seem to be a pattern I'm picking up here, where anyone that gets remotely close to the championship that's not her, Shego viciously attacks.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, I don't know if Shego really just wants to win that title off Judy Hopps or what it is, but yeah, it's like Shego not only is content with being the Money in the Bank holder and being able to get a title shot at any point, but seems to want to stop anybody else from getting that title at any point.
Yeah, she keeps meddling in the title picture while being like, oh, I'm not going to use this yet. I'm not going to challenge for the belt yet. I'm just going to keep fucking with everyone else who is. And it's a Money in the Bank strategy I've never seen in any other wrestling promotion, Ben. Normally, you either cash the briefcase in right away, or you make it known when you're going to do it, or you quietly wait and you don't really make a spectacle of it because then you can strike at a moment's notice when no one's expecting you. Shego is doing something entirely different where basically every week is coming out saying like, hey, remember I have this and I could take the title from Judy Hopps at any time, and also I'm not going to let the women's division be business as usual in the meantime.
Yeah, I mean, I got to assume that it's some sort of like mental game on Judy Hopps, making sure that Judy Hopps is maybe like, you know, always looking over her shoulder. I mean, eventually that will wear you down.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's part of Shego's strategy. But Ben, you might be onto something in your assertion that it could be that Shego specifically wants to win the title from Judy Hopps, because Ben, who is more the antithesis of Shego than Judy Hopps? Who would Shego hate worse than a Judy Hopps?
I think you hit the nail on the head right there.
I mean, Shego's a superpowered criminal who's negative and selfish at all times, whereas Judy Hopps is an optimistic, do-gooder police officer who always believes in the best in people and wants to give everyone their fair shake. Those two were always going to clash. Those two are never going to get along. And so I think if Shego's like, look, I want to win the title regardless, but if I can beat that little rabbit for it, then I want to do that. Hitting the code green on Snow White, one of her most famous maneuvers, and then delivering a boot to the mush, and covering Snow White with a nasty kind of palm to the mouth as she's going for it.
You really have a colorful way of doing commentary, Chris. And I personally really enjoy it.
Well, I just, ever since
oh my
Ben, holy
God.
shit.
I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that
I literally
before.
have not before. Ben, I don't know what has gotten into our roster tonight, but they are literally busting out things that I have never, in my many years of both watching and participating in professional wrestling, have never seen before. But ever since I accidentally said maneuver instead of maneuver, I feel like I've hit on something important. So if that's what you're referring to, I'm rolling with it. Snow White making sure Shego knows, though, that despite everything we just talked about, she's not going to be a pawn in Shego's game. She's not going to be a prop that Shego uses to mess with Judy or the rest of the division.
Wild Hops in the chat has an interesting observation that Judy doesn't necessarily need to be looking over her shoulder constantly because, thinking about like the incredible hearing of Judy Hopps, able to hear Shego coming. But you also got to wonder if, that starts to get in your head a little bit too, where, every little move you're jumping at,
Yeah. Speaking of jumping, Snow White coming off her feet to deliver a dropkick to Shego, and then the big snow cloud.
Oh.
Snow White will channel the spirit of her cousin. Wait. Ben, is that Samus? Look, she's limping, but she's here, Ben. Does this... Ben, is she recovered? Is she...
Samus looks to be good as new right now.
I think this might mean she's cleared to compete at the Rumble Pack, and Snow White taking advantage of the distraction.
Shego looked shocked to see Samus right there.
Wouldn't you be if you took someone out with a sledgehammer to the spine? And there's... Oh, Shego surviving there. But, Ben, this is bad news for Shego, great news for us. That despite that vicious attack with the sledgehammer, where we didn't know if Samus would ever compete again, let alone at the Rumble Pack to get her title shot with Judy Hopps that she earned, Ben, we're going to get to see that match. Despite Shego's best efforts, but there we go, despite Snow White's best efforts, Shego dodged that split attack and is fighting back.
And, God, I mean, you got to wonder how distracted Shego is, knowing that the person that they thought they put away, that they took out of AHHWF for a long time, is now back. And, I mean, obviously, after they face Judy Hopps at the Rumble Pack, you gotta think that they're gonna want to go back after Shego.
Oh, without a doubt. Someone breaks my back with a sledgehammer, like, I'm coming for them second.
Good call.
Ben, it's almost hard to return to calling this action because I'm so excited that Samus is healthy enough to have that title shot, Ben. You hate to see Judy award Samus with that match and then have Shego take it away. I'm so glad that Samus is back on the healthy roster and is gonna get to have that match at Rumble Pack next week. And Ben, I can't see with our current camera. Is Samus still out at ringside, or has she kind of made her point by showing up and showing Shego that she's not done yet?
Yeah, I think that Samus was really just looking, to let Shego know that it's not over. But Samus obviously, not someone who's looking to take a win away from Snow White here.
Yeah, Shego though, dropping Snow White on that stack of dimes, she calls the neck, and then crawling over to get the pin. Not enough, but it looks like, at least for now, any any amount that Samus got in Shego's head, it looks like that's not affecting the Money in the Bank holder anymore. Snow White wisely taking a chance to roll out of the ring, get a little space between her and the mean green fighting machine. He's now gouging the eyes of Snow White on the outside. Big slap from Snow White, and a big drop kick sending Shego into the apron, fighting back big time. Fighting back in a big bad way. Breaking up the referee's count. And here we go. The second snowplow from Snow White. Is that going to be all?
Hank hung up on the ropes there.
One, two, three,
and
man. There you go.
Snow White getting the win. Shego seeing stars and also shocked that they're seeing the star Samus Aran back in the ring.
Ben, this is a win-win as far as I'm concerned. Actually, win-win-win. Samus is back and is gonna challenge Judy Hopps for the Women's Championship next week at the pay-per-view. Snow White beat Shego and Shego lost. Yeah, you're right, Ben. Yeah. Samus kind of just showed up, made her statement, and then went back to the back and let them have their... Oh, well, then came back, but then went to the back.
Just, you know, doing some stretches.
And the people in the chat responsive to this newcomer saying, way to go, Snow, which is a very good chant that I'm sure we'll hear in this gymatorium at the Rumble Pack next week. Because I'm certain that Snow White will be a strong contender in that Women's Rumble.
That valiant, victorious
triumphant fucking music. That after surviving that gnarly DDT, you know what? Like, I'm really impressed with Snow White these last couple weeks, Ben. I mean, all right, drag me, because like, who have I been like? You know what? I'm not impressed. But we just have a great roster of newcomers this year.
There's a lot of impressive people. You know, you just call them like you see them, and right now we've been seeing a lot of incredible talent.
Shego on the outside still licking her wounds after what Snow White did to her. That snowplow is a devastating finishing maneuver, Ben. If she's busting out in the Rumble, people might not even be able to get up in order to get thrown out.
Yeah, I mean, Snow White at least momentarily taking Shego down a peg.
Which I think is what we all needed coming into the Rumble packs.
And now, here tonight, folks, the final match
the main event.
Evening, the main event.
Our last bit of action to carry us into the Rumble Pack next week. It's a huge matchup. Mr. Clean, who is the #1 contender and will be challenging Weird Al once again for the men's championship. But this time, for the first time since their first encounter, it'll be one-on-one. So these two are squaring off against each other tonight before their climactic battle next week. And they're both accompanied by two other big stars here in HHWF. Weird Al and Trunks, looks like they've finally patched up whatever beef was between them after things that went down during the triple threat feud that was going on with Mr. Clean. And the hardcore champion, Wario, teaming up with the only other person as miserable and terrible as they are. Ben, can you imagine a more hateable team than Mr. Clean and Wario?
You know, I don't even necessarily want to try because I would just shudder at thinking of what could be worse than this. I'm surprised that Mr. Clean wants to team up with Wario, though.
That's true, Ben. It's almost like selling out everything he's ever valued just to try to be able to beat Weird Al and get the upper hand going into the pay-per-view, which I do understand. I understand how important that probably is, but Ben, you gotta wonder, will Mr. Clean be physically able to bring himself to tag hands with Wario in this match? Because you gotta think, Wario's a germ factory.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I gotta think that Mr. Clean bathed in hand sanitizer before this match.
He bathed in man sanitizer.
Yes.
And here we go. Ben, our rightful men's champion, Weird Al, back on top of the mountain with his guitar and his belt.
At 133 pounds,
Feed Shego the poison apple, I agree. Hashtag arrest Shego Judy. I'm sure that will happen any minute now. And kind of bummed you didn't miss the Rumble Pack. That is okay. It will be available on our YouTube channel.
You can always watch any episode of AHHWF at a later date on youtube.com/alienhappyhour. I mean, you could go back right now. If you're a newcomer, if you like are just now joining us and haven't seen these, you go back and watch the whole reign of Weird Al as champion. You could see Love Type originally winning the belts. I mean, there's all sorts of great moments in AHHWF history that you could go back and experience, you know, for the first time, or, you know, if you want to just go back and rewatch them.
Yeah, then, now, forever.
The whole archive available on youtube.com/alienhappyhour.
And here we go. We've not seen Trunks yet since the fateful steel cage match at Mr. Cleantine's Day. But he's back and ready. And like I said, it looks like he and Weird Al are back on the same page. I guess we'll see if they can stay that way throughout this entire match. Considering that, like, look, if any of my friends low-blowed me, I don't care if it is a triple threat match for the men's championship. I might be a little sore about it. But you know, the fact that he agreed to be his partner speaks well for their friendship.
Definitely, and you know, obviously, I think Trunks realizes that there are certain things that you just do in the heat of battle.
Yeah.
That, you know, like, sometimes just instincts kick in, and I think Trunks realizes that it's not anything personal between him and Al.
Oh no, it was absolutely. But what is personal, Ben, is my hatred and yours for this bald man, Mr. Clean. You notice, Ben, that they're entering separately. So Mr. Clean is already trying to create some space between him and his partner. Doesn't want to look at Wario yet. Doesn't want to be next to him yet. Definitely doesn't want to touch him or smell him. Mr. Clean making his own pristine entrance, like we've been subjected to so many times before. The former men's champion, looking to reclaim that title with his rematch clause next week.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I mean, I believe in Al. Al has had a lot of great retentions here in HHWF. But Mr. Clean is like unlike any competitor that Al has ever faced.
Yeah, that's true. Mr. Clean has given Al more trouble than anyone has before. And speaking of trouble, the AHHWF losing big hardcore champion, your least favorite and mine, Wario, getting dropped out of a helicopter like he does every week, and now ready to walk down the ramp and join Mr. Clean in battle against the men's champion in Trunks. Ben, this is an all-star tag team main event here tonight to take us into the Rumble Pack.
Yeah, as if this show has not been packed enough already, as if there hasn't been enough great matches. We're going to see 2 current champions and 2 former champions all in the ring together in tag team action.
That's true. Trunks, a former Judge Bridge champion and former tag team champion, that has yet to grab either the hardcore championship or the men's championship, despite his best efforts at the ladder. Ben, you know, it's confirmed that Weird Al and Mr. Clean will not be participating in the Rumble match because of their involvement in the title match. But Trunks and Wario will be in that Rumble match. And Ben, can you imagine if Wario wins the Rumble Pack match and goes on to the big show?
You know, I will not mince words here. I do not like Wario. But at what point do I have to put my personal feelings aside and recognize the incredible talent that we have if Wario is able to both at the same time hold the 24-hour hardcore title and be our AHHWF men's champion?
Yeah, I mean, I would hate to have to admit it, but I would have to admit that's pretty impressive. Like that big wheelbarrow stunner that Wario just delivered to Weird Al. New move out of him. Seems like every week he's pulling some new trick out of his bag. Although I'll also point out that speaking of tricks and bags, Mr. Clean did tag Wario's hand, but I noticed that Wario's wearing gloves, so that might be the only reason Clean could bring himself to do that, to make that physical contact.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that maybe Mr. Clean, you know, bleached those gloves from Wario before the match.
Yeah. There's no, I was gonna say like ask them to do it, but we all know Wario. There's no way he's listening to anyone else's requests. So yeah, I imagine you're right that Mr. Clean just kind of threw him in a vat of bleach and then lobbed him across the locker room to Wario and said, "Here, put these on." But yeah, I mean these two, I don't think they would have any problem with me calling them villains. I think they probably would be self-described villains. You know, are I think probably happy to be on the same page tonight because they both love beating up Weird Al and Trunks. Although this is Wario's first time encountering them, I just assume that he likes the idea of it.
And Wario able to get the tag.
Wow!
Oh, but Trunks throwing it. God, it's just like... Oh, Mr. Clean right away going after that single leg bust and crab.
Yeah.
But Trunks able to kick out of it, and but every time you think Trunks is about to get some offense in, Mr. Clean able to counter it. But now Mr. Clean in that enemy corner there. Little tag team action here from Trunks and Weird Al.
Two of our best boys here in AHWF. Weird Al and Trunks working together.
Going for the cover, but Wario able to get in and break it up. Trunks trying to go after Wario, but Wario quickly getting back onto that ring apron.
Ben, who you got?
Well, you know what? I'm just gonna go with my favoritism here, and you know, obviously, that right now, if we're going with the hot hands, we have to go with Mr. Clean and Wario. But I personally want to root for Weird Al and Trunks, and I'll make my argument for it here.
Okay.
In that, when you think about it, Weird Al, one of the only two-time champions in the history of AHWF,
yeah.
And Trunks holding two different championships. There is a lot of they're both veterans, I guess is what I'm trying to get at.
Wow,
oh,
veteran move from Wario.
Yeah, that was
the crowd coming off their feet.
That was a cruel one there. And flipping
wow.
Weird Al onto the ground.
I hate how much he makes me respect him.
But yeah, I mean, I think that there's a lot of in-ring knowledge and awareness that these two have, and Trunks brings that very valuable tag team knowledge to this pairing.
Uh-oh. That's not going to count for much if Weird Al can't get out of this. Manages to force his way out of it. But, Ben, we've seen Wario put lesser opponents away with that bonsai bomb.
Ooh.
And there's the rear window. Yeah, Trunks has got to get in there.
Trunks breaking it up. Mr. Clean trying to go after Trunks. And Trunks quickly back to the outside. Both men back to their corners. Weird Al now trying to get some offense in here against Wario. Sending him into the friendly corner. Throwing an elbow.
Close out to the Bulldog.
Yeah, there you go.
Onto the martini glass. Weird Al knows where he is in the ring at all times. He is quite the ring general. And there it is, the code breaker to Wario. Mr. Clean fed up with his partner, realizing that this could be it. There's a chance Wario can't get out of this.
Oh, and Weird Al smartly pulling Wario away from Mr. Clean. But Mr. Clean not even trying to break it up.
Yeah, well, what might have happened there, Ben, if I can use my my experience to analyze there, I think what happened was Weird Al did hit one of his strongest moves, but then in the time that it was smart to pull Wario away from Mr. Clean, but in the time it took to do so, it might have given Wario more time to take a breath.
Weird Al going up top.
Flying axe handle from the champion.
The AHWF Universe on their feet, feeling it for the champion right now.
Weird Al is rolling. Big lion salt from the champion. We haven't seen him bust that out in a while.
No, it has been quite a while. Trunks trying to cut off Mr. Clean here, but no good. Oh, and then Mr. Clean getting a cheap shot in. Weird Al
the action's breaking down here.
Both
Weird Al scooting dirt onto Wario, which I love to see. You know, Weird Al's a good guy, but I love when he has a little bit of an attitude to him. Another code breaker to Wario. Ben, that's got to be it.
Go for the cover right now, Weird Al.
And Mr. Clean was knocked out of the ring by Trunks. I think we've got our winners. There it is, Ben. You were right. Weird Al and Trunks carrying the momentum Weird Al into his match with Mr. Clean, the title defense, and Trunks into the Rumble Pack match itself. He might just get another shot at that men's championship, man.
Yeah, and I love it's been a long time since we've seen Wario get pinned, and I love that.
Man, was that the first time Wario's been pinned?
Well, Shaggy did beat Wario originally.
Yes, you're
If
right.
you
You're
remember.
correct. You're right.
Yes. Shaggy has beaten Wario, but Weird Al, you know, I just love it. Like Snow White, like two big villains right now in AHHWF.
Yeah.
And Snow White taking down Shego, Weird Al taking down Wario. I love that alliance out there. That was great stuff.
Me too. To see, like you said, two of the most dastardly human beings here be humbled in the same night. That is a great way to head into our next pay-per-view.
Yeah, definitely. It's just a great feeling. A lot of great energy here heading into Rumble Pack. Next week, 8:30 Central Standard Time, youtube.com/Alien Happy Hour.
And don't forget, if you're a patron or want to become one, keep an eye on our patreon.com/Alien Happy Hour because you'll be able to vote on participants in the Patreon bonus match that will happen next week at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, definitely. All sorts of exciting stuff happening. And of course, make sure that you follow @Alien Happy Hour to keep up with all the news about what's going on. We'd like to thank you all for watching, and we will see you next week.